guys, welcome back to another season 15 review. I am Maddy Morphosis.
And I am Miss Liza, and today we will be reviewing episode 8, which is the LipSync Smackdown LaLaPaRuza to the gods, okay.
Yeah, all the things. Yeah. I really enjoyed this episode. I'm really glad we got to see a lot of people lip sync that I've been wanting to see.
Yeah.
And some others were also lip syncing this episode.
They were on the stage, yeah.
Yeah. This is probably going to be a shorter review because there's not like a runway to really talk about, and we can't show too much of the lip syncs because of copyright. So we're just kind of breeze through it, give you our thoughts. All the individual lip syncs will be timestamped in the bottom.
So the rules to the LipSync LaLaPaRuza are pretty simple. They have all the queen's name in a bingo style little thing, and whosever name gets drawn gets to pick who they lip sync against, but that person that was chosen gets to pick the song that they lip sync to. I feel like that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I think it's pretty fair. It's very much like your parents cutting a piece of sandwich, and like you get to pick where you cut, but your sibling gets to pick which piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I honestly like I honestly don't know if I would rather choose the person I lip sync or the song. I feel like if I could choose the song.
I feel like this song also is what I would want to choose. Like, I mean, unless it's like lip sync against somebody like Sasha. I feel like I'm pretty fucked no matter which song it is.
Or also too, I think if Spice was there and I got to choose who to lip sync, I'd be like, I don't care what the song is, I choose Spice.
Okay, would you pick the weakest competitor, or would you pick somebody who you think is going to perform the same style song that you do?
I'll pick the weakest competitor.
I would too.
Some of these people are throwing a fit. They're like,
how dare you?
Yeah, Loosey, you chose Spice. What was up with? It's like, yeah, because I
wants
wanted to go to the next round.
Somebody
that's strategy.
Yeah.
Someone has to go home.
Somebody is getting eliminated.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that if you were in a competition where $200,000 are on the the you're not going to pick the weakest competitor?
Yeah.
You're lying.
I mean, Anetra didn't go that route, but we'll get into that in a moment. Anyways.
Yes, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes.
We are going to start from the very beginning. So the first person's name who gets drawn is Malaysia. And she picks Marcia.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think her mindset was like, I want to pick Spice, but I also don't want people to think that I'm being a little, chicken baby by picking Spice out of the gate. So she's like, I'll pick Marcia because I don't think she's that good. She probably isn't a good lip syncer.
Yeah, Malaysia definitely didn't think that Marcia was a good lip syncer. There's no way out of all the queens you get to pick, you're going to pick somebody that you think is a good performer. No.
Yeah, Malaysia, as the kids say, fucked around and found out.
She sure did find out. Yeah. She sure did.
Yeah, and so did we. I had no idea she could do all that. I knew that like Marcia was a very agile performer, but I didn't know she could do like backflips and stuff like that.
I was shocked. Like, I thought that she was kind of like, they talked about this in the Untucked. I thought she was kind of more of a campy kind of like sticky, like obviously she's a trained dancer, but like I kind of thought that she was very much into like the comedy, like I can't do all that kind of stuff. But when she pulled out that backflip or that back handspring, I didn't know she had all that.
No, like I knew she was a theater kid, so I thought she was gonna do a lot of like fussy,
just a jazz square.
Yeah, or just like a little jazz step. Yeah, no, she did the damn thing. She definitely won that lip sync for me.
Oh, definitely.
I think Malaysia did okay. I think it's definitely not the song Malaysia wanted.
Definitely not.
No.
I definitely think that she did like okay. It made me laugh though, because she was like, Malaysia, like, you better start bucking, put this leg in the air, and then it went like 90 degrees.
Yeah, the high kick was...
It's a medium kick.
It was a medium kick. Yeah, people's shins were in danger, for sure.
Yeah,
on that
for sure.
But, I mean, obviously, it wasn't an awful lip sync.
No.
She did all right, but it was definitely Marcia's.
It definitely was Marcia. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And with that, Marcia is safe and moves on to the next round. Malaysia is still up for elimination, and we start the next lip sync of Spice and Loosey LaDuca.
Yes.
Well, first of all, Loosey was drawn first, and so she chose her competitor, and she went the route we were talking about. She was like, I want to pick the person that I think is going to pick the song. No, you chose Spice because you want to move on to the next round.
Just admit it. Like,
just be front. I'd be like, yeah. Competition. I chose the weakest competitor.
I don't understand this mindset that the girls have where they don't want to be.
It's pride.
I guess so.
I think it's pride.
It's like I guess so, because like you don't want to admit that like you can't win against anybody else. I guess that's what it is. But like, just be honest. Like, it's a competition. You are all there to win. Nobody wants to go home, so you're gonna do whatever you have to. And picking the weakest competitor, which obviously is Spice, is like, I think it's just good competition. Like, it sucks for Spice, but
yeah, she got beat up.
It
did backfire on Loosey because Loosey is a very theatrical person. She wanted that Celine Dion song, and Sugar's like, "Nar, we're gonna do some Joan Jett," and no one was really rocking on this one. No one's rocking my socks off.
Nobody rocked my socks off. My socks are still on. But I don't understand Loosey's explanation either. Like, looking at Spice, she obviously thinks of herself as like an alternative kind of gal, like a rock and roll kind of
edgy.
She's an edgy girl.
That was the edgiest song on the playlist.
I feel like that's obviously the song that she would have picked.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever.
A small oversight.
And I think it's kind of ironic that Loosey picked Spice because she felt like she could definitely beat her, but I feel like Spice...
I feel like it was close. I feel like Spice had the one song she probably wanted, and Loosey probably had the song she wanted the least. It's not what she wanted. I think Loosey is not like a bucking crazy dancer type person. She loves a good ballad, and I don't know, I guess she just wasn't... I think Do You Want to Touch the song, you could do a lot of angst, and that's just not Loosey's, cup of soup.
Cup of soup?
Yeah.
The phrase is cup of tea.
So?
Okay. Hot soup.
It was close.
It was close. I think that these are probably the two worst lip syncers of this season. Not to throw any shade, but I mean, we saw in the first episode when Loosey was doing her like song, she literally was like so stiff.
I think she's probably a great performer, like at brunches and stuff. She's very engaging with like an audience, but something where you're doing like busting out tricks and moves.
It's not her forte.
It's a little bit more difficult, but I do think she held her on a little bit more because her performance was more cohesive. It made more sense. Whereas Spice felt she was just kind of doing random things. It felt almost like an air of like desperation that a lot of like newer queens do, where like they get uncomfortable standing in one spot or doing one thing, so they start doing everything.
We've all been there.
Yeah,
that is definitely, it's a good point, because that is definitely baby queen behavior. Like frantically moving around the space and doing things like that have no rhyme or reason. It's like whenever the crowd is not living for you and you do that like desperate like split that you can't really do, so it's just kind of crunchy. The whole performance is a little crunch.
Yeah. So with that, Loosey LaDuca wins,
survives
by the skin of her teeth, and Spice is still up for elimination. And we move on to the next lip sync.
The next lip sync ends up being Luxx, who chooses to lip sync against Salina, and Salina picks "It's All Coming Back to Me Now" by Celine Dion, which is a drag classic.
I think Luxx was definitely not dressed for this. I don't know what she expected, because I feel like she should have known if you pick Salina, she's going to go for the ballad, because Salina is like a very big personality. Luxx did well, but she's not like a ballad queen.
Yeah, she was definitely dressed for something like poppy, something like a little sexy. Obviously, she's wearing a slingshot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that she had to lip sync a power ballad in a slingshot is so funny to me. But I don't know. I feel like Salina, if I was there, I kind of figured that Salina would go for something that's a little bit like a little raunchier, a little dirtier. She seems like she has kind of a crude sense of humor.
She does have a crude sense of humor, because she was doing motions like she was eating ass during "It's All Coming Back to Me Now." So she definitely like wants to put like her own comedy spin. Like I said, she is a very big, crazy, fun personality, and so that's the kind of ballad I would expect from her. But she did well. I don't think Luxx did a bad job either.
No,
but
I don't think so.
It wasn't giving me like the ballad Celine Dion energy.
I agree.
And Selena's did, not in the way I would have expected normally, but I think she did very well.
I thought the comedy aspect that she put into it was really funny too. I feel like this Celine Dion song is such a drag staple that sometimes when people try to add comedy, it's just like, what are you doing? You know, like, why are you doing this? You don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Don't do that. That's my Vietnam. Don't say that to me.
But
I just saw like everything went black and white. I saw helicopters and
like
huts burning down.
But like I feel like the comedy she added to it, I thought it was really funny. Like the around the crotch area and then like the moving of the cheeks. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I will say, like, so the Celine Dion, there are different versions of "It's All Coming Back to Me Now." There's like the 4.5 minute version. There's like a 7-8 minute version. This is the first time I've seen a 1.5 minute version. Again, a byproduct of the shorter episode lengths, but that's the shortest it's all coming back to me now I ever expected. There was so much cut from it, so many moments I was waiting for, and then it just skipped to the chorus.
We did get the door, though.
We got the door moment, yeah.
In the end, Salina is crowned the winner of this lip sync, and she is safe from elimination, but that means Luxx is still up for the boot.
Next up is Mistress, who chooses Jax as her opponent, and Jax chooses Tell It to My Heart, which may have been her downfall in this one.
I think so too. I thought that this was a really interesting song for somebody like Jax to choose. Like, for me, I would have expected her to choose the like Love with a Monster, or like something a little bit more like top 40 upbeat, because like Taylor Dayne is not really a, you know, like a backflips and stunts kind of singer. So I do feel like it was her downfall, because I don't think that every lip sync needs to have the backflips and the stunts and like the constant kind of tricks.
Yeah, it's a bold choice to choose like an 80s drag classic against someone whose drag is classic.
That's such a good point.
Drag. You pick someone with this giant Texas hair. If anyone that has been doing drag longer than a year could see what Mistress is wearing and know that it's a cover-up covering up a rhinestone garment.
Yeah.
She's ready for this song. She was born for this. And I think Mistress did a really good job of giving levels. She started off very slow, and it was just building, then the reveal, and she saved her tricks near the end. I think Jax did extremely well. I think if Jax did this lip sync against anyone else, well, not anyone else in the season, a lot of other people in this season, she would have won it. But I think with like the levels to it, Jax was just at 100 the whole time. It was great. It was amazing.
Yeah, she's a fantastic performer.
But Mistress had more of like a presence during the song, because, you know, with like the levels and everything.
Like, I think you can definitely tell that Mistress is used to doing songs like this. Because like you said, she had that like dynamic build. It wasn't stagnant the whole performance. I think with Jax, whenever you constantly do all the crazy tricks and all the cool stunts, which are amazing, but you do them constantly throughout the entire number, it kind of loses its like impressiveness.
Yeah, I think if Jax started off slower and then ended with like the backflip, she could have won it.
I think so too.
But yeah, I mean, you honestly, like if the judges said Jax won this one, I would have agreed with that too.
Yeah,
like, I would have been happy with that outcome, because like she was doing a great job at it. It was very engaging to watch. She was hitting all the motions. Like, she knew every little beat of the song, even though she didn't know some of the other songs. But we'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, it was a really good lip sync. I enjoyed it. I agree with the outcome, but I think it could have gone either way.
I agree. I think Mistress deserved to win this, but I do think that it could have gone either way. And again, just every time Mistress does that thing with her titties, I'm like, like that is, I don't know, that really does it for me. Yeah. Whenever I don't know why.
You're a simple woman.
I'm a simple woman. I just like titties. In the end, there are only 2 queens left to be chosen, and it is Anetra and Sasha Colby, which this is the lip sync of my dreams. Like,
yeah, the stars aligned on this one.
Yeah. Like, everything about this is just what I wanted. These are the 2 people that I would never, ever want to lip sync against.
Yeah, there's any 2 people on this season that are really in touch with their body and how to move it. It's these 2 people. There's a lot of stunt queens, people that can do impressive stuff, you know, good theatrical queens, but these are 2 that just like, they just know how to move their body. Everything they did in this lip sync, it felt purposeful. It felt purposeful. It felt exactly what you wanted them to do. Yeah,
I think that you can tell that these are 2 extremely seasoned performers, because they are so aware of the space that they're occupying. Like, Sasha Colby can stand in one place and be so like, I can be enraptured, and she cannot be moving, and she knows it, you know? And it's just, I don't know, it takes like a level of confidence that you can only get through lots and lots of performance. Yeah. That these 2 obviously have.
I don't have a whole lot to say about this, just because there's nothing to really critique. They both did really amazing. Sasha has this ability to do a lot of really amazing things that you wouldn't expect. Yeah. And like piece them together in a way that you don't normally see in a lip sync. And Anetra felt almost like a classic, like what you would expect from a really good lip sync.
There's nothing to critique. They did amazing.
I wouldn't say it can go either way. I agree with Sasha winning, because something about it was just so much more engaging. It felt very unique. And again, maybe we're just biased, because we've been waiting to see what she can do this whole time. So whenever she finally did, it was just this cathartic release for us.
Yeah. But I thanked the screen. Yeah. I was like, thank you.
Yeah, no, it was really amazing. Again, I think if Anetra was against anybody else in this song, she would have won it. But it was against Sasha Colby, so Sasha wins, and we agree.
Sasha definitely won, but there are not many people that can lip sync against Sasha Colby, and people be like, well, you could have won.
She gave Sasha a run for her money.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So good job, Anetra. Like, wow.
Up next is Malaysia Baby Doll Fox and Spice. Malaysia is chosen. She chooses Spice as her opponent. Spice chooses Don't Go Yet by Camila Cabello, and a lip sync happened afterwards.
They definitely were moving. But their mouths were not.
Yeah. Spice supposedly chose Don't Go Yet because she thought Malaysia wouldn't know the words. Spice also did not know the words. Like we said earlier, with Spice kind of doing random things during a lip sync just to keep doing things. She did this even more so in this one. And Malaysia, the same boat, wasn't really given a lot of the song, didn't know the words, but at least it was like a coherent, cohesive performance.
I guess so. I don't know. I thought they both could have gone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was bad. Like, both of them. Like, Spice, I think, is like...
No one was in their element on this one.
No, I think... Like, yeah, I definitely agree that neither one of these... This is a song that neither one of these people would ever in a million years pick to perform. I don't know what Spice is doing. She's like, whoa! She looks like a drunk girl on a yacht.
Yeah, no, everything she was doing, where it's like, if you go to a bachelorette party and you pull one girl,
yes,
and you're just like, oh, we're gonna make you lip sync, and like she's surprisingly like confident.
Yes,
I almost said good, not good, but like very confident. That was her. Spice was like the really drunk bachelorette party.
Yes, that is so accurate.
Everything she did is like the little motion, like this. And then she did like a little half, like, it wasn't even like a duck walk. It was just kind of like a bounce around. She literally was like on, like squatting down and just like bouncing.
It is so accurate. She is that drunk girl that is like alarmingly confident.
Yeah, she was just having a good time. Malaysia was, again, I don't think Malaysia's a bad performer, but I think this is definitely not the song she wanted and not a song she was ready for.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with both of them. I think if you gave Malaysia a good old-fashioned ballad, she'd tear the house down. But yeah. This is obviously not her song, but in the end, she is crowned the winner of this lip sync, which means she's safe from elimination, and Spice is once again up for elimination. So next up, we have a three-way... Up next, we have a three-way lip sync between Anetra, Luxx, and Jax to the song The Right Stuff by Vanessa Williams.
No one did awful with this lip sync, but it was not fun to watch. It felt like three people just bouncing around each other like cartoon characters.
Yeah, it felt
like,
so...
like the whole time. Like, they're just going crazy. They're all... Yeah. Like, no one... I feel like no one was really given what I would have expected from this song, and they were all just kind of doing a bunch of moves. I think Jax gave some of the best moves, but she didn't know the words, so automatic in the bottom for me. And between Luxx and... I feel like Luxx embodied the song a little bit more, but I thought Anetra did the best. I thought she was going to win this one.
My girl Anetra was wrong this whole episode.
She was wrong.
She was wronged!
First you put her up against Sasha.
Yeah! What is this riggery? What is this riggery? I agree with you.
Rigamoris.
Rigamoris, girl. I think that the problem with this lip sync was that all three of them do the same thing. Like, it's the same...
Similar, yeah.
It's like the same style of performance, you know?
Or the same energy level.
Yeah, it's like the same style, the same energy level. Like, they all were obviously trying to outdo the other, which is, I mean, it's a lip sync, but it made it very chaotic and hectic. I do agree with you. I think Luxx really embodied the song a little bit better than the other two. Very much like serving face and body, and like it just felt a lot more confident in some ways than the other two. Jax didn't know the words, so to the graveyard she goes. But I think it could have gone any way between Anetra and Luxx, and I just think that Anetra needed to carry this whole episode, so they put her in the bottom again.
Yeah, I think like Luxx did a really good job. I personally just liked Anetra's performance to it more. I think Mistress would have fucked this song up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because it's the same thing with like Taylor Danes, kind of like that same like era. Like I think the song could have gone for like a little bit more of like that energy that Mistress brings, like a little more theatrical, a little bit more just big energy, and not just like backflips and splits and stuff.
To me, what this performance needs is somebody with like older energy. Not that Mistress is old. I think I'm actually older than Mistress, but she has like that old feeling. You know what I mean? I think Mistress...
You mean like classic?
Classic, yeah.
You're saying old, like you mean like Charlie Hides?
Like, I think, like, classic drag. You know what I mean?
Somebody
like,
who was here when the song came out
right.
is what we need.
We need somebody that was in, like, high school when this came out.
It wasn't no one did bad on this lip sync.
No,
It just like, it was a lot of like the same, and it was just a little too chaotic for me.
Me too. I mean, like, how do you, like, really pick a definite winner when they're all really doing the same thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you knock out Jax because she didn't know the words, but then from the other two,
yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, Luxx won. Fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm not gonna argue with it. I still think it's Anetra, but I can see it. So.
Yeah, we're not angry.
Good job, Luxx. No, I'm pissed.
I'm mad.
Live it.
That Anetra was in the bottom.
Good job, Luxx.
She looked beautiful. Oh my god.
She looked very stunning. Yeah.
Whenever like that light hit her face and she was just like.
Yeah, she was I've never seen someone look so beautiful in a napkin in my life. And with that, Luxx is safe, and we move on to the final lip sync. It is going to be a three-way between Jax, Anetra, and Spice, but there's a twist. One of the queens will be chosen, and that queen will get to choose to save one queen.
Yes. Do they have the option to save themselves?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think they have to save one of the other queens, right?
That'd be juicy if they save themselves.
Yeah, I think it's just the other queens. So Anetra gets the option to choose who to save. And between Jax and Spice, to everyone's surprise, she chooses to save Spice.
Yeah, she took the road less traveled. She wasn't gonna take the easy way out.
She's better than me.
She said herself that it wouldn't have been fair. And
I fucking gagged when she said that. I was like,
yeah, no. If she would have lip synced against Spice, she would have fucking duck walked her. She would have. She
better walk that fucking duck.
Yeah, face quack. So she chooses to lip sync against Jax, which is a bold move because even if you don't like Jax's style of performing, she is a very talented performer. Yes. She is a very agile, and depending on the song choice, it can go
right. Way. I feel like Jax is not one of those people that you want to be up against.
Yeah.
But I will say, good on Anetra, because she said in a confessional, she said that she wants to win because she beats the best.
Yeah.
Not because she beat somebody that she knew she could beat, which is a very commendable thing, you know?
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
She's better than me.
I am so 100% down to try to beat the best at the finale. Everything else is all fair game. No. If you're not a good lip syncer, then I'm just gonna be like.
In the words of June Jambalaya, I'm sure she's a nice lady, but I'll see her at the reunion.
Yeah. No, and I say that as someone that gave a terrible lip sync. Like, I deserve to go home. And in that moment, you know, if they're like, hey, who would you lip sync? They probably would have picked me. And I would have been like, fair.
Fair.
They would not have been like, Georges. No.
Yeah,
it's like, no. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
No,
like, I mean, good for her.
It's a competition.
And I mean, like, I never would want to lip sync against Anetra, so I'm sure Jax was also like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If this was Drag Race UK and all you won were badges, I'd be like, yeah, sure. I'll go against her to see what happens. But there is money on the line here.
If there was nothing on the line, nothing on the line but a pat on the back from RuPaul.
Because even if you don't win the episode, next episode might have a mini challenge. That's $2,500.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
This lip sync, I thought I mean, they're both amazing performers. They have similar styles, but there is a little bit of a difference between the stunts that Jax does and the dancing that Anetra does.
I feel like with this lip sync, they're both amazing performers physically. But I feel like the problem with Jax is that she has one speed.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a very fast speed.
It's a very impressive speed.
It's a very impressive speed, but it is like one speed.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like Anetra was matching that, but then adding a little bit more to the lip sync.
I agree. Like I said earlier, if you're constantly doing the stunts, it loses its level of like emphasis. Almost like it's not as impressive the 50th time we've seen you do a back handspring versus the first time. And I think this is the third time we've seen Jax lip sync this episode. So I think by this point, the judges were like, okay, what else can you do?
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, I think Anetra really added something different. She had like a lot of physical comedy, you know, and I think that's really what set her apart and the reason that she ended up winning.
Jax held her own, but you can only do this so many times in a lip sync. And you start
with her little foot up in the air.
She is constantly juking the judges, but she was not able to juke elimination, and unfortunately
juked her last juke.
Yeah. I also think that Jax is one of the best performers on the season, physicality wise.
Yeah.
One of the most like agile and like talented performers. But the way the cards fell, the stars aligned.
Right. I
It was her
agree.
time.
It is kind of ironic to me that probably I would say the top 3 entertainers, performers, just performance-wise of this season, Sasha, Anetra, and Jax. You know, and it's ironic to me that 2 of those 3 ended up as the bottom 2.
With Drag Race, you never know.
You never know.
This was definitely Spice's episode 2 go.
Yeah, how in the world did Spice survive a LaLaPaRuza?
That was an ex machina. That was I don't know what
that was like Hail Mary from Jesus himself.
Yeah, saved by the grace of God. Spice lives to see another day, and Anetra moves on,
And
having assassinated Jax, put her in the ground for good, and packed the dirt. And she waddled away.
Waddle. That is the end of the LipSync LaLaPaRuza. Goodbye, Jax. Fly high. I'm sure you're doing backflips in heaven.
Fly high, Jax. And with that, another episode down. We have how many queens? 8 queens? 9?
9
8?
queens.
9?
9.
We have queens remaining.
There are some left.
We move on to the next episode. But that is the end of the review today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you want to follow us elsewhere on social media, I am at Maddy Morphosis.
I am the Miss Liza.
And as a reminder, please don't send the queens hate. It is just a TV show. It is not that serious.
That is all for today. Join us next week as we review the next episode of Drag Race, and we will see you then. Bye.
Bye.
Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle.